Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome to CWR Apocalypse!
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Our opening contest this evening is a tables match, and it is for the CWR Hardcore Championship. Introducing first, from Hollywood, California, The Miz. And, well, this is exactly how we would expect to kick things off on Apocalypse, I guess. Here comes Apollo Crews, and the match is on. Tables match. You don't exactly have to get both men into the ring to start this contest. Apollo Crews and The Miz have been going back and forth over this championship for months now. And every time Apollo Crews manages to end up on top, The Miz sneaks his way back into another title shot, sneaks his way into an attack on Apollo Crews. Miz has made this personal, and Apollo is not going to take it lying down this evening. This is, of course, our Asylum brand pay-per-view, brand exclusive, the first one for Asylum, and of course the very last pay-per-view, the very last show of 2016. And what a way to kick things off tonight, this tables match for the Hardcore Championship. Apollo Crews, of course, the current reigning and defending champion. You can see Crews here with this stalling suplex, absolutely destroying The Miz right now. Miz has made it personal. He has attacked Apollo Crews. He has blindsided him backstage. Miz desperate to gain back the Hardcore Championship, the title that he helped make more legitimate, as it were. When the title was first introduced, it was introduced under a 24/7 rule. And Miz wasn't happy with that. He didn't like the idea of getting blindsided. So we got the rule changed to something we all more agree with. But the night he got it changed, Apollo Crews won back that title, and Crews hasn't looked back since. Now, luckily for him, that table wasn't standing, otherwise this thing would be over right now. Nice German out the corner there from Apollo Crews. After attacking Miz on the ramp, I mean, Apollo Crews has just been in control. There's been no denying it. Apollo Crews just all over The Miz right now. Miz did go for the Irish whip there and try to turn it around, but Apollo wasn't having any of it. Look at that pop-up shoulder breaker, or should I say power slam off the shoulder. Now Apollo Crews going to send Miz to the outside. Apollo Crews gearing up now. Big tackle, and there it is! Game and match, baby! It's going to be one of the shortest matches we've ever had. Apollo Crews just wound up that tackle. Miz, you can see there, just dropped off the apron and through the table. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still CWR Hardcore Champion, Apollo Crews. Talk about kicking us off in a big way there, Apollo Crews, but can't dwell on it, I guess, because it's time to move on to our second contest this evening. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Wyatt family, Luke Harper. Now this one is born out of bad blood, born out of the desire to get revenge. A few weeks back on Asylum, Braun Strowman turned his back on the family. Not only did he turn his back on the family, he joined ranks with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. He took out Bray Wyatt that evening. He took out Eric Rowan in a backstage attack. Luke Harper out here tonight to try and gain some retribution for the family. Not going to be an easy task, but Harper out here for pride. Blood is thicker than water, as they say. And his opponent this evening, the monstrous Braun Strowman. Almost mocking Luke Harper right now by wearing that sheep mask to the ring. Braun Strowman has turned his back on the Wyatts, but still comes out wearing the Wyatt mask, the black sheep of the family, and he proved that he is certainly the black sheep. Strowman slowly making his way down to the ring. Monster of a man. Luke Harper isn't showing any fear. I don't think Luke Harper knows any fear at this point. Both enigmas, these men. They're both strange, weird individuals, but it's all about pride. It's all about family tonight. Braun Strowman looks to continue his path of terror. Luke Harper looks to put an end to it. Strowman doesn't seem concerned, does he? He's just making his way to his corner like nothing's wrong. Just this is going to be explosive. It's going to be power. There's going to be nothing flashy in this match. It's all going to be about destruction. And Braun Strowman straight away. Look at that. Harper went running in, ready for an attack, but Braun Strowman was there to cut him off at the pass. And straight away, Strowman has Harper in his power. But Harper not going to take it lying down, and that's not an easy move to pull off. A fireman's carry to the massive Braun Strowman. And don't get me wrong, Luke Harper is a giant of a man in his own right, but Braun Strowman outweighs him by nearly 100 pounds, and that is saying something. That is impressive, at least. Braun Strowman in control of this competition. Bray Wyatt, of course, will be in action later on this evening. He's going to continue his path of dominance against Brock Lesnar, at least in his mind. Falls Count Anywhere match between Lesnar and Bray Wyatt later on this evening. Right now, we have Braun Strowman, who is just raining strikes down on Luke Harper. But Harper sees it coming, and a super kick from Harper. Luke Harper just begging Braun Strowman to bring it. And Strowman is obliging right now with that big slap across the top of the head. Could have possibly been a chop. Just look at that. Those strikes just continuing on, leveling Luke Harper. It isn't easy to take down either one of these men, but I guess when you're the other one. Now Luke Harper going for the choke slam. Or should I say, Braun Strowman hits a choke slam. Luke Harper driven by one. Looks like Strowman was going to go for something else big there, but Luke Harper had it scouting and is right back in this competition already. Back and forth these two go. And Luke Harper going up to the middle rope. Often to see Harper fly, and that's why Braun Strowman saw it coming, was able to get out of the way, and a massive headbutt there from Strowman. And you got to know that Paul Heyman is watching this very closely right now. Strowman hasn't really shown where his allegiances lie right now. Yes, he turned on Bray Wyatt. He joined forces with Brock Lesnar that night. But he hasn't really shown any allegiance to Paul Heyman so far. Heyman is going to be watching this, and he's going to be wondering where Braun Strowman's loyalties lie. That elbow drop there from Strowman as he comes off the ropes. A little bit of momentum. And now Strowman has got Harper up on the shoulder, drives him down. And this could be all she wrote for Luke Harper. There's two, but no, Harper gets out of it. Still got some fight left in him as Luke Harper. Strowman isn't going to give in that easy, and now he's got Harper up in that chokehold, in that triangle choke that lifting him up. And how often do you see Luke Harper lifted off of his feet? And no, Harper is out. The referee has decided Luke Harper is unable to continue this match. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this contest is Braun Strowman. Harper fought valiantly. Truly valiantly. At times it truly looked like he had the edge over Strowman, but it's just too much to overcome. And I mean, look at this moment here, that massive move from Braun Strowman, and Harper, it looked like he was out, and then just suddenly at the 2 count pulled it up, but Harper lifted him off the ground, or should I say Strowman off the ground. And that moment the referee calls it. Luke Harper is unconscious and unable to continue. Braun Strowman is your winner. A valiant effort, but Strowman continues on. Harper just unable to respond right now. Just a show of dominance from Strowman. There's another way to describe it, but I guess with that match in the books and Braun Strowman's dominance now in play, we've got to move on to our next contest. And the following competition is a tag team match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the CWR World Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, Hustle, Loyalty, that's the Revival. That's the Revival, the World Tag Team Champions. Not going to allow Cena to even make his entrance. Here comes Randy Orton, John Cena's tag team partner. If you are new to the Revolution, first of all, welcome. Second of all, you will not know that John Cena, Randy Orton have developed a partnership, a friendship, based on the ability that they know. I'm a little flustered because this is the second time tonight we've had a match begin on the ramp. In fact, this match is a normal 1-4 matchup, so this match has actually yet to begin. It will not begin until the competitors are inside the ring. The referee could decide to throw this one out if it doesn't reach the ring. And that would be an absolute shame. Randy Orton and John Cena, now collectively known as HLRKO, have become the number one contenders. Originally, it was the Wyatt family who were scheduled to be challenging the Revival, the former, well, a feud that started all the way back at the first episode of Season 2 on Asylum. The Wyatt family challenged the Revival for the, well, at that time, empty, vacant, brand new championships. The Revival won it, and the Wyatt family was supposed to get their rematch tonight. But due to the dissension within the Wyatt family, Eric Rowan's injury, that just hasn't happened. But to HLRKO, who have been on fire as of late, now challenging. Although, of course, if you saw the last episode of Asylum, you will know that Randy Orton actually fell to Dash Wilder in what could only be considered a true and rather shocking upset. Came out of nowhere. Here we go, though. There's three of the men who are in the ring right now. Randy Orton on the apron. Here comes Scott Dawson. It looks like Dawson and Cena are going to start this thing off. 1-4 to a finish. Countouts and disqualifications are in effect. The CWR World Tag Team Championships on the line. Scott Dawson now is in control of John Cena, that early attack. Let's go Cena, Cena sucks chance. The crowd have been actually quite decisively behind John Cena as of late, but obviously here in Detroit, not so much. It's Dash Wilder now hanging up John Cena in the Tree of Woe. And I guess it's incredibly smart strategy from the Revival. John Cena, Randy Orton are a very dominating team. Two legendary individuals almost. Now John Cena is going to try and fight back. He's got Dash Wilder exactly where he wants him and hits the sunset flip. I guess it was a smart strategy. Try and wear down John Cena before the beginning of the match. Jump in before Randy Orton has a chance to fight on Cena's behalf. It didn't quite work out that way though, because now HLRKO are in control. Randy Orton now tagged in. Up to the top rope goes Orton. Unusual, but this is good tag team work from the challengers. And that powerbomb lift into an elbow drop. Randy Orton right into the cover. The referee apparently not wanting to count it. No, there it is. One. Bit slow on the uptake there was the ref. Very slow on the uptake. Randy Orton trying to stay in this thing. Scott Dawson causing trouble on the apron there, but Dash Wilder is the one in trouble right now. Randy Orton with another cover following that backbreaker. Classic Orton is that backbreaker. And Orton now uppercut, just using those lethal strikes of his to his advantage. We've seen these two teams go back and forth over the recent weeks. And it seemed like in tag competition at least, Cena and Orton have their number. But like I say, the tables were turned last week when in fact earlier this week, when Dash Wilder, should I say, pinned Randy Orton in the middle of that ring. But Randy Orton now going to deliver that spiking DVT. Absolutely classic Orton there. And he is going to look to finish it now. Orton, you know that loss has been sitting in him. It's been ready to strike. RKO out of nowhere. Well, not really, but all the same. Here's the cover. There's two. And Dash Wilder still actually manages to get the shoulder up, surprisingly. Got to give all the credit in the world to Dash Wilder there. He shouldn't have been able to kick out, and he did. And Randy Orton now staggered. He can't believe that Dash Wilder kicked out of it. Orton just trying to kind of regain some face here. High drop kick there from Randy Orton. Great vertical leap from that man. It's John Cena back in the ring now. And Dash Wilder has been taking a lot of punishment from HLRKO so far. Dawson distracting the referee, although I couldn't exactly tell you why, because John Cena is not done with Dash Wilder right now. Just straight right hands, and look at that, Dash Wilder has been broken open. He has been busted open by John Cena's right hands, and Cena going to go right back to it. And look at the blood just spurting out of Dash Wilder. If he's not careful, the referee is going to have to stop this one on safety grounds. Dash Wilder rightfully getting out the ring right now. Quite frankly, I think he should be stepping off that apron and having a word with the trainer, because he has been absolutely busted wide open. Dawson manages to get back into the ring now. John Cena on the defensive, and it looks like Dawson is going to try and return the favour to Cena. You can see here Scott Dawson going for the attack, but it's just not quite working out. Usually the Revival have a game plan. They try and cut the ring off from their opponent. They are considered old school in that respect, and it's classic tag team wrestling. Look at that tiger bomb there though from Scott Dawson. Randy Orton breaks it up. Cena trying to fight back into this thing now. And Cena once again, look at those right hands. Just Cena is vicious tonight. This is a new side of John Cena. You know, these two men have said that the reason they came together is because as a tag team, they have the opportunity to do something they couldn't do as singles competitors, and that's walk away with some gold. And it looks like that's the entire goal tonight. Cena is not screwing around one little bit. Look at that elbow. That was delivered with some force, followed up by that drop kick. John Cena now taking his time. Oh, I get them so confused. Scott Dawson fighting back. Dash in the ring now, trying to take it to Cena. Dash Wilder has lost a lot of blood so far. He can't be feeling good right now. Dash continuing on though. He's slowed the pace right down. He's trying to take Cena off of his game. Seems to be working so far, but I'm surprised the guy can even see, never mind fight. Look at that crimson mask. It is covering his entire face. John Cena though comes right back into it, turns things around with a belly to back suplex. John Cena now. This could be game over for Cena. Cena. Attitude adjustment connects. Here's the cover. There's one, there's two. And Dash Wilder once again manages somehow to get the shoulder up. I don't even know what to say about this right now. I don't even know how to describe the performance that Dash Wilder is putting on. There's a sunset flip from Dash. There's one, there's two. Cena kicks out at 2.5. But so far, Dash Wilder, not only has he been busted wide open, but he has also taken an attitude adjustment and an RKO and is still in this thing. Now John Cena, you can see there as well. Dash Wilder has returned the favour to John Cena. Cena has been busted open as well. This match is brutal for a tag team match. But look at that right hand from Cena. And tags in Randy Orton. Orton is methodical as always. Straight uppercut there. Randy Orton feeling pretty good about himself. There's a lot of bloodshed in this match so far. I mean, this is just your standard tag team matchup. You know, this shouldn't be particularly violent, but it has been. Orton goes for the big clothesline in the corner, but Dash Wilder moves out the way, and Dash now suddenly fighting back in control. Nice slam there from Dash Wilder, and he's going to look to get out of the ring. Probably a smart move. Scott Dawson brought back in. Randy Orton trying to keep the fight up. But look at that. Straight down and under goes Scott Dawson. Right back in control. And you can see the positioning of Scott Dawson now. Sticks himself between Randy Orton and John Cena. Orton not going to give up that easy. Swinging net breaker off the ropes. Orton just taking his time. No doubt Scott Dawson there had an answer. Dawson as well, just watching, I don't even know how to describe what's going on here, because John Cena now into the ring suddenly. There's a tag team move coming from the Revival. John Cena not really being much use. Shadow Machine connects. Clothesline from Cena takes down Dash Wilder. Wilder is the legal man, and there's the Bulldog from Cena. Cena now going to get out of the way, hopefully. Yeah, Randy Orton able to get out of the way of the Shadow Machine now. Starts to get to his feet. Dash Wilder has taken so much punishment in this matchup. So much punishment. He's not able to get up. and finish Randy Orton off, and Orton is going to make him pay for it. You know that. And look at Randy Orton, lifts him through for the second time. DDT. Dash Wilder looks out, and Randy Orton once again setting up. The Viper is coiled and strikes with the RKO. It's over. There's 1, 2, 3. I don't know what Dawson was doing in the last second there. Might have been knocked a bit silly himself during this matchup, but it doesn't matter. The second RKO does the job. And here you can see early on in this matchup, Cena actually is shouting at the referee, get into the cover, come on. The backbreaker there from Randy Orton. And it was just the beginning of a lot of punishment for Dash Wilder. Wilder certainly took the majority of the force delivered by HL RKO. And this is RKO number 1. Just picture perfect as always. Randy Orton, nobody does it better. See here, Scott doesn't get there in time. Dash does kick out of his own accord. Randy Orton still managing to stay in this thing, but there's RKO number 2. Dash Wilder just didn't have it left in him. There's 1, 2. Cena gets in the run interference, but it really doesn't matter. It's because Scott Dawson just wasn't there. One slip from the Revival and it cost him. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners and the new CWR World Tag Team Champion, should I say, John Cena and Randy Orton, HLRKO. They came together because they knew together they could win the gold. And tonight, they've done exactly that. We've got to move on to our next contest this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the CWR Patriot Championship. Yes, Cesaro asked for this match. He was the one who wanted this competition, and he got it. He asked outright, he asked the champion, I want this match, I've proven I earned this match, and tonight, the Swiss Superman has a chance to deliver on his word and win the Patriot Champion and be the first Swiss man to do it. It's not going to be an easy contest though, as his opponent this evening is one of the toughest guys in the Revolution, a former world champion. Let's get him out here. You can hear the crowd's response for this man. The roof just came off this place, and considering the night we've had already, that is no easy feat. But ladies and gentlemen, there he is, the Patriot Champion, making his way to the ring. The former World Heavyweight Champion, one of only 2 men to have held both of those titles. In fact, one of only 4 people in total to have held that. 2 women and 2 men have held both the Patriot and World Champions, and this is one of them. Yo! Sorry, I can't help myself. Even I get excited when this man makes his way to the ring. Electric is the only way to describe the atmosphere right now. It's just something magical, and he makes his way out here. This one you know is going to be good. Two men who specialize in very different styles of wrestling. Of course, the champion, the king of strong style, the challenger, the European powerhouse, the Swiss Superman. This should be good. There you have it, the Patriot Championship. Currently, the side plate's decked with the rising sun of Japan. Cesaro tonight looks to change that. Introducing the competitors first, from Lucerne, Switzerland, the challenger, the Swiss Superman, Cesaro. And his opponent from Kyoto, Japan, he is the CWR Patriot Champion, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura! Referee taking the title from Shinsuke Nakamura. This is the first title match this evening that has actually started inside the ring as well, so there's something special in that alone. But the referee holding the title up high now for all the world to see. Shinsuke Nakamura, the current champion. Cesaro, the challenger. This is going to be incredible, and there's the bell. And Nakamura straight away with those kicks. Cesaro is down in seconds. Nakamura has been unstoppable since the return of CWR, since Season 2 began. But Cesaro taking this one to the outside straight away. This is your standard one full contest this evening. Cesaro and Nakamura both have to be wary of countouts. Shinsuke back into the ring. Cesaro going to follow him in a second, I'm sure of it. There he is. And Shinsuke trying to play some mind games with Cesaro there, but it just doesn't work out for him. As I say, Cesaro has been on a roll as of late. He's been racking up victories on Asylum. But Shinsuke Nakamura has been doing the same, but he's been doing it across two brands. And Shinsuke didn't even move from that stomp there. Cesaro landed it on the legs, but Shinsuke wasn't having any of it. Now Nakamura back in control. Those strikes, those elbows, you know are going to knock Cesaro silly, and Cesaro just kind of collapses to the ground. Now, Cesaro is used to working a heavy pace. He is used to, you know, hitting hard and being hit hard, but Nakamura is a different animal. Tonight we find out if Cesaro has bitten off more than he can chew by challenging Nakamura. We've already seen the Patriot Champion defend that title against Rusev, who of course he won it from in the first place. But now Shinsuke Nakamura feeling it, and we do know, as per former General Manager Goldberg on the Super Show a couple of days ago, whichever man wins this match will be defending it against Sami Zayn at the Revolt Show Genesis on January 1st. Of course, the Patriot Championship is the dual branded title across the male brands. Nakamura now driving Sheamus. I had Sheamus in my mind there. Cesaro was driven. So Nakamura there. I was thinking of Sheamus because, of course, Sheamus is the other man to have held both the World and Patriot Championships, although neither of those reigns compared to either one of Shinsuke Nakamura's. Look at that now, knee from Nakamura. Cesaro went for something there and it didn't work out, and Nakamura made him pay for it. There's an argument to be made as well that Shinsuke Nakamura wouldn't be defending the Patriot title, he'd be defending the World title if it wasn't for a man we're going to see later on tonight, Bray Wyatt. Of course, if you're not aware, if you are new, Shinsuke Nakamura won the World Heavyweight Championship inside the Elimination Chamber last year, and his third ever match, let's make that point. But he was screwed out of it thanks to Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble, giving it to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, of course, challenging current champion Dolph Ziggler inside Hell in a Cell in our main event this evening. Here's the cover from Cesaro, though. Shinsuke Nakamura rolls the shoulder up. And we see Cesaro trying to keep the pace a little bit slowed down. You know, Nakamura is going to want to work a slightly more frantic pace to keep Cesaro off of his feet, keep him on his toes. And look at that, straight strike, straight kick, right to the gut. Cesaro just sitting in the ring while Nakamura basks in his own brilliance. He went for the knee. He didn't quite get all of it there, though. Certainly didn't look like Cesaro was knocked straight down like he should have been, but Nakamura pays no mind to that as he begs Cesaro to get back to his feet. Nakamura off the middle rope with a drop kick, but Cesaro saw it coming, stepped out of the way, and now the Swiss Superman has Nakamura where he wants him. Pop-up uppercut! Cesaro could steal this one right now. He's going for it. No! Nakamura saw it coming. Cesaro back in this thing, and what a turnabout here. Incredible work. Mistake made from Cesaro, though. Stood a little too close to the ropes, and Nakamura took full advantage. There's the knee from Nakamura now, right into the spine. A right hand staggers Cesaro. Nakamura taking his time. There's the left knee, though, right into the gut. Nakamura not screwing around tonight. And there's a right one into the chin. Cesaro is in trouble. Once again, down goes Cesaro. Nakamura in control. We've got a cover here. There is a cover there. Officially, there's two. Cesaro rolls the shoulder up. I was a little hesitant to call that then, because it looked to me like Cesaro's head was under the bottom rope, should I say. The referee obviously didn't see it that way, but Cesaro right back into this thing now, and another uppercut from Cesaro. Nakamura has been stunned by Cesaro this evening. There's the snapback. You know what Cesaro is thinking here? He's thinking neutralizer. He can put this thing away right now. Shinsuke has it scouted one more time. And Shinsuke Nakamura, Kinshasa! There's the replay. Nakamura out of nowhere with that Kinshasa. Cesaro is down. Nakamura needs to go for the cover right away. Cesaro is called the Swiss Superman for a reason, but right now Nakamura has the cover. There's 1, 2. No! Cesaro kicks out. I don't believe it. The crowd seem to be on the same mindset as me. They can't believe it either. Nakamura seems unfazed, but right now I'm shocked. Cesaro's just kicked out of a Kinshasa, and it hit flush. There's no argument that didn't hit properly. Nakamura goes for another cover. There's 1, 2. Cesaro not done yet. Struggling to get back to his feet now as the Swiss Superman, but Nakamura has this thing exactly where he wants it right now. And goes for another boot, but Cesaro sweeps the leg instead. Going for the Boston Crab. Nakamura needs to be careful, reaching towards the ropes, instead turns it around. Whew, this could honestly go either way at this point. Nakamura taken down. Big clothesline from Cesaro, and the Swiss Superman is on fire right now. Nakamura does the only thing he can and gets out of harm's way, rolls out of the ring. Cesaro falls right into the trap, though. Irish whip and straight off the table goes Cesaro, but here comes the Swiss Superman once again into the ring. And he gets caught again. Nakamura going up to the top rope. And whatever that was, it looked like a spinning heel kick. Maybe a spinning leg lariat. It connected, but Cesaro... just look at these two right now. Cesaro don't know where he is. Nakamura struggling to figure out his place. This is insane. The referee actually stopping the action to check on Cesaro for a second there. That's a little weird considering this isn't even close to the most brutal contest we've seen, although just because the signs aren't showing on the outside doesn't mean the damage hasn't been done internally. Cesaro though goes for that deadlift gut wrench suplex. He hits one. There's two. Pops the hips there, rolls over. And just the sheer strength of this man, it's staggering. 3 consecutive deadlift suplexes. Nakamura though, backdrop, or back to back, belly to back suplex, should I call it? Nakamura wraps him up, the inverted imploder. Now Nakamura looking to finish this thing once and for all. Kinshasa! And look at that, right across the face of Cesaro, just takes him out. Nakamura drags him into the middle of the ring, and you got to think this thing right now is academic. There's 1, 2, 3. Got him. Basically, got him. Take a look at some of the highlights of this matchup. You can see there that pop-up European uppercut. One of those knees that didn't quite connect as well as it should have done with the jaw of Cesaro, but as a cover, Nakamura wasn't able to get the job done with that one. And Cesaro, number 2. Now, most normal men would have fallen to one of those things. Never mind 2, but then again, most normal men would have been taken out by that first Kinshasa right there. Cesaro, Nakamura, not normal men. Pulls him into the cover. Nakamura thought he had this one square in the bag, and there was a couple of occasions where Cesaro went for the neutralizer, but it just didn't happen. And there, number 2, Cesaro just knocked stupid with that second one. A valiant effort from the Swiss Superman. At times, I actually thought Cesaro's reign of terror, Nakamura's reign of terror, should I say, was over. But it wasn't to be. Here is your winner, and still the CWR Patriot Champion, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura! Insane matchup, but we're not done yet! We've got so much more yet to come, and this one should be special. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, Bray Wyatt! Falls Count Anywhere means no disqualifications and obviously no countouts. This thing started a long time ago between Bray and Brock. They have been exchanging blows ever since. At Survivor Series, Bray Wyatt pinned Brock Lesnar to eliminate him from that 3-on-3 contest. A couple of weeks ago, it was mentioned earlier tonight, Braun Strowman turned on Bray Wyatt, allowing Brock Lesnar to pick up a pinfall victory over the Eater of Worlds, the new face of fear, Bray Wyatt. Out here alone tonight, and that's not a surprise. Braun Strowman no longer associating himself with the Wyatt family. Luke Harper beaten this evening by Braun Strowman. Eric Rowan, of course, out with an injury thanks to Braun Strowman. But here we go. The roof came off the place in that moment there. his opponent this evening, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. The Beast is back. This one, I mean, we have seen brutal contests so far. We've seen that tag team match that ended in a bloodbath. We've just seen that strong style match that was just stunning from beginning to end. This one, well, this is what Apocalypse is all about, baby. There's going to be nothing pretty in this matchup, nothing flashy. All you're going to see now is two men, two monsters, trying to rip each other limb from limb. Call me a sick bastard if you will, but I'm looking forward to it. Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, Falls Count Anywhere. The match begins and Bray Wyatt straight away thrown across the ring like a ragdoll by the Beast Incarnate. Lesnar again suplex. That's two so far from Lesnar. Two so far. Bray Wyatt trying to stay alive in this thing. And one of his own. There's a throw from Bray Wyatt showing his strength. Wyatt isn't stupid though. He knows this is Falls Count Anywhere. He knows this is no DQ. Wyatt goes for that baseball bat, but Brock Lesnar cuts him off at the pass. Wyatt just sent across the ringside area. The referee has to follow them, of course. This pinfall could occur anywhere. Anywhere. Could occur in the ring, could occur at ringside, could occur in the crowd, could occur backstage, could occur on the streets of Detroit, Michigan. Now Brock Lesnar over the barricade. Bray Wyatt follows. Big clubbering below there from Lesnar sends Bray Wyatt staggering. Another one. And another. And another knee. And the crowd begging for Suplex City at this point. Interesting turn of events when you think about it, really. Bray Wyatt had the advantage for a second there. Brock tries to capitalize on the counter, isn't able to do that, and Bray Wyatt right now has Brock Lesnar exactly where he wants him. Into the table though goes Wyatt. It's so dangerous out here in the crowd area. That steel trash, aluminium trash can, should I say. Suplex! There's three. And Lesnar has a chair. Oh my god. Crashes down across the stomach, the chest, the back of Bray Wyatt. And there's another one right to the gut. Brock Lesnar is in control. Lesnar just walking away from the fight because he's not fussed. He knows Bray Wyatt will come to him. Lesnar has another chair now. Lesnar just taking his time, catching his breath as Bray Wyatt makes his way back towards the ring. Brock Lesnar has him where he wants him though. There's a rib breaker from Lesnar. Holds on to him. The sheer strength of the Beast. There's another. Looked like Brock Lesnar was going to go for a big tackle there, but Bray Wyatt saw it coming, dumped him over the top with a back body drop, and now Bray Wyatt has the steel chair. Equalizes. Brock Lesnar that just rolls out of harm's way, the steel chair shots not having phased him. Look at Wyatt though, that was beautifully aimed. Snapped him down, landed on the steel chair. Lesnar though with those devastating strikes. Bray Wyatt has a couple of good ones of his own though. Look at that suplex from Wyatt even. That was something. Bray Wyatt sees that steel chair once again, although decides to go for the gutbuster instead. Here comes the senton from Wyatt. There's a cover. Bray Wyatt only gets a 1.5 count on Brock Lesnar. Even Wyatt looks a little stunned. He thought he'd done more damage than that. Lesnar slowly getting to his feet now. And now here comes Lesnar. Those strikes, those kicks. And oh no, it could be the beginning of the end here. That chair is beneath him. F5 onto the steel. 30 seconds ago it looked like Brock Lesnar was in trouble, but right now he's turned it all the way around. F5 just drops Bray Wyatt directly onto that steel. It's game over. Oh my god, it's Sting! Sting is here! Lesnar goes right out after Sting, but where the hell is Bray Wyatt? It doesn't matter right now. Brock Lesnar, Sting wrestles the baseball bat back from Brock, drops him with it, and oh my god, Sting is wearing a Wyatt family t-shirt. What? We're used to seeing this kind of trickery, the chicanery from Bray Wyatt himself, but Sting has leveled Brock Lesnar with about 4 shots to the face with that baseball bat. Scorpion Death Drop. This was... Oh my god, no. Here's Bray Wyatt. He's got the bat. And look at that. And Brock Lesnar. Look at the face of Lesnar. Lesnar has been busted open. I am unaware of when that happened. I guess it could have been at any time when Sting was hitting him with the bat, or maybe it was just then when Lesnar did it. But Lesnar has been busted open. Back body drop from Bray Wyatt. What on earth? I've got nothing. I've honestly got nothing. What on earth was Sting doing here? And Bray Wyatt looking for the coup de grace here. Sister Abigail. And right onto the steel chair as well. Look at this. Face first onto the steel goes Brock Lesnar. Wyatt. Cover. 1, 2, 3. I got nothing. What? It's gone! They've gone! Lesnar and Wyatt have both just disappeared. We're moving right on, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, this following contest is a Hell in a Cell match. And it is for the CWR World Heavyweight Championship. But what just happened? Has Sting joined the Wyatt family? Sting, we've never seen Sting in the Revolution. I'm lost for words, but I guess I've got to collect myself because this next match is going to blow the roof off the place. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger from Merivale, Quebec, Canada. Fight It's Kevin Owens! Owens doesn't care about what just happened with Brock and Bray and Sting and everything else. Kevin Owens cares about one thing. The World Heavyweight Championship. And the Hell in a Cell match that he's going to win it in. At least in his mind, anyway. His opponent this evening, from Hollywood, Florida, he is the CWR World Heavyweight Champion, the show-off, Dolph Ziggler. I'm stunned right now, and I know I've got to collect myself in time for what is bound to be an incredible World Heavyweight Championship match between these two men. Ziggler, title in hand there, World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, he won that title from Kevin Owens at an Exodus. Looks to defend it for the second time in his career inside Hell in a Cell. Something else. There it is, the World Heavyweight title. Now, official introductions coming our way. Kevin Owens sorry, I am just flabbergasted at what we've seen. Kevin Owens basking in his glory there, but my mind is on what just happened with Sting and Bray Wyatt. And I need to pull myself together because this is the World Heavyweight Championship, the most prestigious title in CWR history. Dolph Ziggler began in January with the intention of one day calling himself World Champion. He took it to Brock Lesnar. He took it to The Rock. It's an incredible acumen for these two. Right, concentrate, Ripper, because this match is on. Not going to allow myself to be distracted from that last match anymore, because this match, this World Heavyweight Championship Hell in a Cell contest is beginning, and Kevin Owens going big fast. Dolph Ziggler took it to the outside of the ring immediately. He's going to use that cell to his advantage, and you can't blame the show-off. He's the one who wanted Hell in a Cell. Baseball bat. Do we really need to bring out a baseball bat when I've just said we're going to forget about the last match? Honestly. Some people don't think. And look at that German suplex from Dolph Ziggler. Kevin Owens trying to fight back now. Does so successfully with a gutbuster. And there's that senton from KO. Not really been in the ring yet, have these two men. Dolph Ziggler, though, keeping the pressure on KO. Whips him across the ring into the steel. Follows up with a big clubbing blow. Going to use the cell as a weapon. Of course, the pinfall must take place between the ropes inside the ring. But beyond that, you can do whatever you like. Speaking of which, Kevin Owens now rolled inside the ring. Look at this, and there's the drop kick. Dolph Ziggler keeping pressure on right now. Famous stuff from Ziggler. Here's the cover from the show-off. There's 1, 2. Ziggler not able to put KO away just yet. Let's talk about how this match came about for just 1 second. We have mentioned already that in Exodus, Dolph Ziggler was able to overcome Kevin Owens. Sorry, just watching this right now as Kevin Owens continues to lay the pressure on Dolph Ziggler. As I said, Kevin Owens lost the title to Dolph Ziggler at an Exodus after Ziggler was able to defend his title against John Cena on Asylum in the very first episode back. These two continued on their war. Zigzag! Is Ziggler going to go for the cover here? So we're going to take a quick look back at that move. There it is, the zigzag driving Kevin Owens' head into that ring mat. Of course, the pinfall cannot take place out there. The crowd, you can see, are loving this match so far. Ziggler obviously not going to look for a pinfall. Realizes that by the time he got Owens into the ring, it probably wouldn't be good enough, so continued on the pressure regardless. Kevin Owens, though, able to find a way back. These two continued on their war, including a match where Kevin Owens and The Miz teamed together to gain their opportunities at their respective former championships back. They won that match, but it was Dolph Ziggler who turned to Edge and said, you know what, we fought already, it's time for us to end this once and for all. Of course, they fought in a tables match at Survivor Series, a match that also involved Chris Jericho. Right now, Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler just kind of circling one another, trying to figure out where the other's head is at. Kevin Owens now, the Irish Whip, still using the steel to his advantage. But Dolph Ziggler isn't going to let it happen that easy. Facebuster by Ziggler, and let's just take a second to appreciate the fact that most of this action has occurred outside of the ring. That's zigzag! The second time in this match the zigzag connects. There it is. Not a very good angle from our cameraman there, or there for that matter, but never mind. It wasn't really worth the replay there, was it? We should have just taken the original angle, but never mind. But look at this, Kevin Owens right back into the action immediately. And Kevin Owens is going to turn this thing around, going to try and take it back into the ring. And that's surprising. I mean, I would have thought after 2 zigzags, Owens would be slightly more staggered right now. But apparently not. Dolph Ziggler not done. Crowd are absolutely loving this encounter so far. Dolph Ziggler with a drop kick there. Looks like Ziggler's going to go up high. Kevin Owens is making his way to his feet, but Dolph Ziggler ready to pounce, and there's a famouser from the top rope. The pressure's still on as Dolph Ziggler takes this thing to the outside. Goes for that jumping senton off the apron. Doesn't really connect all that much, but I guess enough. Just enough to keep KO down. And once again into the steel. And Kevin Owens using his weight advantage there to turn things around. And this thing is just going back and forth. Both of these two men, the only thing in this world they care about is that world heavyweight championship, and they are doing everything in their power to try and keep hold of it there. You saw Kevin Owens there with that, well, I don't exactly know what you call it. It was either an inverted swinging neck breaker, or it was, I'd call it an inverted TKO, whatever the case. Ziggler now, though, hanging on the outside, is almost goading Owens into joining him outside the ring. Sido suplex from Ziggler. But almost deja vu there, Kevin Owens, but Ziggler had it scouted. There's the inverted neck breaker, the inverted DDT. And going out under the for the baseball bat once again. Must have gone and kicked back under the apron at some point. Ziggler going to town with that bat. Famous! And that's got to be, what, 3 or 4 of them now that, that Ziggler has managed to hit. Just into the steel. Ziggler doesn't look like he's ready to finish this. Zigzag number 3! Are you kidding me? In the words of the great extreme commentator, oh my God! Owens is out. Owens is down and... No, he's not. No, he's not. How is he back to his feet? Not least of which, not only he's back to his feet, but he's in control right now. No, never mind that. Dolph Ziggler using the steel once again. Facebuster again from Ziggler. Owens has taken a world of punishment right now. Into the steel again. This match is insane. This entire pay-per-view has been completely bonkers. Famouser. I almost called it the zigzag then. I'm just staggering how many moves Kevin Owens has taken. How many big attacks from Dolph. Dolph Ziggler slides over the top there, avoids more impact. Ziggler now with that belly to back suplex. Ziggler keeping up his pressure here. Keeping Kevin Owens against that steel. Owens though fights back and sends Ziggler face first into that turnbuckle. If either of these two men walk out of this match alive, I will be surprised. I truly will be. This is just nuts what these two are putting themselves through. But that's what the World Championship means to them. Kevin Owens now. DDT off the ropes. Dolph has the wherewithal to get out of harm's way. Into the steel once again goes KO. Ziggler right hand. Ziggler in control right now. No, Kevin Owens fights back. Ziggler just a momentary lapse of judgment allowed KO to take advantage of him one more time. I want to know what these men eat for breakfast in the morning. I really do. Here's a cover from Ziggler. From Owens, should I say, a 1.5 count there. Dolph Ziggler somehow still fighting back in this thing. Referee knocked down there. I don't think it really matters at this point. Well, they're saying that for one of the few times we've had in this match, there is the possibility of a pinfall inside the ring. Kevin Owens' double axe handle connects. And Owens is feeling good about himself right now. And I don't know how. I don't know how KO is still fighting. Package Sidewinder. But Ziggler drops the Drawbaker and he's still in this thing. Just back and forth. And it's just so much punishment. Like, there is a world of punishment on these two right now. There's the hook. Kevin Owens rolling senton. And look at that. Oh my God. Ziggler was just... How did he land on his feet? The crowd chanting, kill Owens, kill. Because... it's beyond a fight at this point. It's a massacre. Spin out suplex there from Kevin Owens. This is just nuts. And yes, the pace finally starting to slow down, it seems. These men are exhausted. This match has been going on a while already. Face buster. Ziggler now bringing KO back towards this corner, but for about the 5th time in this matchup, Ziggler's face just smashes off that turnbuckle post. Back into the ring. KO looks to be trying to finish this thing, I think. He wants to get Ziggler inside the ring so when that moment comes where he can hit that big move, and it looks like he could be going for it here with that pump handle neck breaker. Kevin Owens has control of the match right now. Dolph Ziggler is in serious trouble. Ziggler once again gets out of harm's way. The wherewithal of Dolph Ziggler in this thing. Kevin Owens fights back once again. Big left hand from Kevin Owens. This time it's Owens' face that is introduced to the turnbuckle. Low drop kick there from Ziggler, trying to keep Owens off his feet. Look at that there from KO. Dolph Ziggler seems to want to keep this thing on the outside. KO seems to want to keep it on the inside. And it seems to be a constant chess game right now as to who's going to get their way. Spinning heel kick there from Dolph Ziggler. Famouser! Truly lost track of how many times that Famouser has been hit now. It's gotta be 6, 7, maybe even 8 times. Kevin Owens just staggering. You can see he's not quite right on his feet, but he's still going out after Ziggler. He is not giving up. You've got to give KO every bit of credit in the world right now. Straight right there, just flings himself at Ziggler. Once again, I wasn't quite sure what to call it before. I'm going to go with inverted TKO neckbreaker. And there goes Owens up the side of the ringside area. Ziggler intent in keeping things in that corner. Just waiting for KO to get to his feet. Which is becoming a long time to wait. Owens just finding it hard to stand up at this point. But he'll keep fighting because he wants that title more than anything in the world. Into the corner he goes again. Ziggler right hand. Just a combination of strikes there from Dolph Ziggler. Into the steel one more time. It's getting insane how many times Kevin Owens has been bounced off that steel. A slight misjudgment from Dolph Ziggler though, possibly trying to catch his breath, just not able to keep the pressure on. Goes for the low drop kick there. It didn't even really do much to KO, but it was enough. It was just enough. Ziggler now throwing every little bit of energy he has at Kevin Owens. Into the steel one more time. That cage, I'm surprised it hasn't come off its damn hinges with how many times these guys have hit it now. Face buster. One more time. It's just nuts how many big moves these men are hitting. Famouser! Jesus Christ! Look at KO there, just blocking the moves because he knows what's going to come next. Kevin Owens brings it back into the ring. KO once again hooked him up. Pump handle neck breaker. But Ziggler sweeps the feet. It's not over yet. I don't think this thing's ever going to be over, if I'm honest. I think these two are going to continue to fight until the day they die. Back towards that corner. Dolph Ziggler has some kind of affection for that corner. Ziggler, though, firing up, challenging KO to get back to his feet. Dolph Ziggler now. What's he going to go for? Smashes Kevin Owens off the steel one more time. Goes for some kind of hold, maybe a suplex. KO rings the bell and gets right back into this thing. By rings the bell, I mean bell clap across the hands, obviously. The match isn't over. Fireman's carry. I think, honestly, if Ziggler wanted to, he could possibly take this into the ring and put it away now, but for some reason, he's not. He just wants to punish Owens. This thing is so personal between these two now. They just want to harm each other. The title means everything, and they're going to make sure that when this thing is over, there is no question who the absolute undisputed champion is. See what Kevin Owens sent back inside the ring, but Dolph Ziggler back into that corner. Ziggler waiting. KO though manages to turn it around in his own favour. Look at that on the outside there. That just straight kick into the steel goes Ziggler, and Kevin Owens I think is trickling blood. I hadn't seen it quite. Yes, he certainly is. Famous! That's at least 10 now. At least 10 Famouses. I'm not surprised Kevin Owens is busted open. The amount of times his head has either been driven into the floor from a Famouser or into the steel. This is nuts. Dolph Ziggler now. What's Dolph Ziggler setting up for now? He's got the suplex. Suplex! Oh my god, he's gone through the cage. Could that have been what Dolph was aiming to do the entire time? Is that why he's been going back to that corner? He knew it was a weak spot. He knew he could send Kevin Owens through it. Snapback. They're outside the cage. The cell is designed to keep these guys in, and Dolph Ziggler is going up. He's at the top of the cell that is 20 feet in the air on steel flooring. There is no give in this. No. Ziggler obviously goading Owens into joining him up on the top. Owens looked disorientated for a minute there. I think he's just spotted Ziggler. Owens just not responding. Oh wait, maybe he is. Kevin Owens is going up. Looked for a second there like he wasn't going to go for it, but he has done. Kevin Owens has climbed to the top of the steel. We're on top of the cell right now. Kevin Owens has Ziggler. This could be bad. Spinning heel kick. Famouser! God almighty. These two men just precariously fighting. Kevin Owens pulls him in. Package pile driver. And luckily for the two men, they fell backwards on delivery because a portion of that cell has just fallen out of the roof, and Kevin Owens, I think, realizes just how dangerous that is and climbs down the side. This is certainly awesome. I agree with the crowd. This is insanely awesome. Ziggler taking a moment to get to his feet and has climbed. He's going to drop down back into the ring, but KO stepped out of the cell. No, maybe not. This entire match thus far, I've got to say, has been completely bonkers. I mean, this match has got to have been going, what, 20 minutes by now, at least? You know, that's an extremely long time by CWR standards, but hell, here's the cover from KO. Ziggler kicks out barely at 2.5. Springboard moonsault, and how the hell has he still got the energy to do that? I mean, it's impressive enough when KO does that anyway, but the punishment, the exhaustion in this match, I mean, the longer it goes, you think truly does have to favour the cardio kid himself, Dolph Ziggler. And feet up on the ropes. 1, 2. The referee seems to discount that. Did Dolph roll the shoulder up, or did the referee just throw it out because Kevin Owens' feet were on the ropes? I mean, it is no disqualification. doesn't mean there isn't still a level of sportsmanship, considering it is a world championship match. I'm not too sure what happened there, but I do know what has happened now. Dolph Ziggler has made his way back up the side of the stell again, and you can see there, right next to the side of Dolph Ziggler, that hole where the piece of, I don't know, the section, I guess, of cage fell through following that package pile driver. And Kevin Owens has joined him up there again. This has gone beyond dangerous right now. Kevin Owens strikes first. Oh, Samoan drop. I honestly thought Kevin Owens was going to go for the rolling senton through the cage then. I honestly thought it. Ziggler so precariously on the edge there. Owens so precariously on the edge of the cell, just running past. I don't know if I can watch this properly, really, at this point. Look at Ziggler just perching on the edge there. And look at that gutbuster Ziggler holding on. Senton. Kevin Owens' knee threw himself through it as well. I am legitimately tense right now. You know that feeling when you feel like you're just about to see a live murder? I feel like I'm going to see that right now. This is insane. German suplex onto the steel. Dolph Ziggler stacked up on his neck and just so near the edge of that cell. Samoan drop from KO. Got to get this thing in the ring somehow, and I'm honestly scared about how that is going to happen. Look at Ziggler there, 1 foot dangled over the edge of the cell. He's standing on the edge. Drop kick from Ziggler. KO just barely, he's not even fully on the cell right now. Headbutt, and there goes Kevin! And Dolph goes too! You heard him. This is awesome. Unbelievable. Kevin Owens, both of them were just so close at all times there to falling through. But Kevin Owens, I don't know, I think it was that headbutt from Ziggler that did it, but Ziggler was just, he staggered himself and just fell through face first, and it's taken them both long enough to get back to their feet. But right now, Dolph Ziggler is on his feet. Dolph Ziggler picks up Kevin Owens. Famous! Please, God, let it be over. 2, 3. How is Dolph Ziggler standing right now? Just zigzag. You can see it there. There was three individual zigzags hit on the outside. One of the famouses, I counted at least 12 personally. At least. Just, and there, just famouser. And there was the last one. The final one. The nail in the coffin. Just that moment. Kevin Owens fell. Ziggler went too. Every little bit of the credit in the world for these two men, because, ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, that in the final match of 2016 may have just snatched match of the year. Here is your winner and still CWR World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Apocalypse. I'm gonna go lie down. Merry Christmas from all of us at CWR. We will see you on January 1st for Revolts. Take care and keep it sweet.